Well, hey there, good morning, Proniacs. Welcome to this Tuesday edition of Proniac Mornings. Tuesday, as you know, we've talked about before, is our most productive day of the week, and today is going to be no exception. I am going to work my tail off today in order to make sure that we're set up coming out of this post-COVID-19 with a good situation with the Kenmore Team Property Management. So we've been working really hard recently. We've been filling properties and making sure that all these vacant properties are being seen and marketed in a really good manner. So the communication with owners and tenants has been exceptional. So we've been working really hard to make this happen, but we're talking this past couple weeks about identity, and a couple of things I wanted to share about identity today is if you've gone through the list and say, I'm going to give two examples, and one of them, let's say you chew tobacco, right? That's a part of your identity. You every once in a while, once a month or so, you'll buy a can of chew, and if that's the case, that's part of your identity. You know that to be true. But you can't beat yourself up over it. You're not going to look down on yourself and say, hey, that's something that I do that I just beat yourself up over it. There's no reason for that. Just accept it for what it is and know that moving forward, we can change it and we can work towards changing it. And we can go ahead and do that in the series moving forward. In contrast to that, I'm an Iron Man, right? But I can't fall back on that and be proud and beat on my chest and say, oh, I'm this Iron Man, and put myself above everybody else. A good way to take that accomplishment that you have done, if it's of a great value as well, is to be humble about it and know that it gives you the capacity and opportunity to influence others in a way that you may not have had you not done this, have you not competed in or completed these different big activities or events. Whatever it may be, what's a part of your identity allows you to be humble and to still be hungry for more, knowing that you're capable of more, and then expanding yourself on that. So instead of running into complacency and saying, oh, I've done this and I don't need to do anymore because I've already been there and done that. That is some ways that people can fall back on and be complacent instead of continually growing and using it to their advantage to help others and bring them to a higher level. So keep this in mind as you go through your list to see which ones maybe you've fallen back on, maybe fallen into pride and complacency instead of using it as a tool with humility to help others. And then on the other side of that, as we talked about, judging yourself too harshly or just accepting for what it is and knowing that's maybe one we're going to check off to say that's one that we want to change. So don't judge yourself too harshly. Don't be too proud and boastful about the things that you have done, and try and use them in a good manner. So I hope that this gives you a couple of tips today. We'll go further into identity and how we're going to change in order to be the person that we want to be and become moving out of this post-lockdown, post-stay home. So remember, people don't care how much you know until they know how much you care. Thank you for joining me today.